My name is Grayson. I'm currently Northumberland County Controller. I am running for my third term. I'm from Mount Carmel. I live there with my wife, Jennifer. I'm a graduate of Susquehanna University with an accounting degree. I worked for a short time for a little over 2 years in the accounting field with a firm by the name of KPMG. At that time, they were one of the big 6 accounting firms in the world. I had the opportunity to purchase my family business from my parents in 1995 that I ran for 18 years, a little over 18 years actually, until I won my first election for county controller. During that time, I was also a tax collector for Mount Carmel Borough for 8 years.
Why are you running for re-election?
I'm running for re-election because I feel that at this time we have some crucial obligations to meet here at Northumberland County. As we know, whether it's operating a county, operating a business, we are in a time of rising costs, and it's common knowledge that Northumberland County is at its cap in our millage. So we have to find other means to be able to proceed with the county operations. I think that now more than ever, experience in the controller's office is valuable. I have developed a great relationship with all of the members of the controller's office, all of my coworkers in the office, and we have decades worth of accounting experience to proceed with accounting for operations accurately in Northumberland County.
What is the most important issue in the controller's office? How do you plan to address it?
Most important issue right now, I would say, would just keeping open communications with many of the fiscal staff in other departments, as well as many of the row officers, working together, working for one common goal to keep expenses as reasonable as possible in operating county government. I feel I've developed good relationships with those people that I just mentioned. I leave politics out of the workplace. At least I feel I do. I'm very confident that I work with members of both parties throughout county government to, again, achieve one common goal, and that's to keep Northumberland County moving forward.
How has COVID challenged the office, and where do you see that going?
Well, we've experienced challenges just like I think any other workplace has. One of the things we've done with our office and pretty much we did this early on with the whole building at the administration building, is just try to limit the amount of person-to-person interaction. We always have had inter-office mail throughout the county. We have always had that service pre-COVID, but we're certainly encouraging other departments that would be normally maybe stop over at the controller's office. We're encouraging them to use county inter-office mail as much as possible. If we have something that other departments are coming over to get from our office, we'll have it down at the front desk. We'll have it ready for them so that they can pick those things up rather than coming up to the office. We certainly abide by any CDC guidelines that that are shared with us countywide, and then we take our own precautions in the office as well. If we need to have some extra cleaning done, some extra things wiped down, we do so.
What are your goals for the next 4 years?
My goals for the next 4 years. Well, for right now, one of the things when I learned that when you called me about this interview, I just quickly went back and I looked at our financial statements just for the past 5-year period. And one of the things that the county has been able to do is operate year over year over that period with a positive fund balance. That's very important to the operations of the county moving forward. One of the ways that we work to hopefully continue that positive fund balance is through our interaction with our fiscal staff. The general fund has a pretty substantial what we call match, but contribution may be a better term. Substantial contribution to many other funds, departments throughout the county, like all your human service departments, for example. So, our staff in our office works closely throughout the year with fiscal staff in those departments to make sure that we're recognizing expenses accurately, we're recognizing revenues accurately, so that we can hopefully keep that county, the general fund contribution to those operations as minimal as possible. Now, it'll never be eliminated, but many of those departments don't get enough of state and federal funding to operate on their own. That's where the general fund has to come in to provide for ongoing operations. As far as in the immediate future, and just looking at things over the past roughly 12 months through now, we saw the county receive over $8 million in CARES funding. We are currently in the process. That I just drove by the courthouse. We're currently in the process of a $4 million RACP grant for courthouse renovations, and we already received our first portion of our ARPA, our American Rescue Plan Act funding, to the tune of over $8 million as well. Now that will those are for projects going forward. The CARES funding has already been completed. But the courthouse is ongoing now, and the ARPA funding is going forward. Those types of projects, they grab headlines. Okay, they're good things for the county and the municipalities. But when we get that information and are able to either get those funds out or plan for the projects to get those funds out. Again, like I said, that's all good news, and everybody gets excited about that. The work in the controller's office, kind of starts on the back end of that. After the funding's been received, we have the responsibility of making sure that as the projects go forward, that we have accurate documentation for the governing bodies, whether they be federal or state bodies, to come in and that sooner or later they're going to come to us and say, hey, we would like to take a look at your record keeping to substantiate all these expenses that you claim you had. So those are big projects going forward, and again, something that the staff in the controller's office, along with myself, will have to spend a lot of time on record keeping, so that when the time comes, when we're questioned about how this money was spent, we have all the documentation in place. Yeah, just in closing, and kind of to loop back to how I started, I just feel that right now is a very crucial time to have experience, both as the controller and the controller's office staff, to tackle the ongoing challenges that will continue to come to us at Northumberland County. Thank you.